In this next Maya Basics modeling lesson, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on subdivision surfaces. Okay, subdivision surfaces really give you the best of polygons as well as NURBs. Let's get started. If we go to Create Subdivision Primitives, start off with a sphere. All right, I'm just going to scale this up a little bit so we can see it and frame it. Okay, as you can see, this is a really rough-looking sphere. You get the same options that you do with a NURBS object. So you can press 2 and 3 to get different levels of smoothness. Now, one thing that I like about this is if you right-click and choose Polygon, this is now the actual polygon shape. So if we go up here, we can actually pick vertices and move them, and you see how it's controlling the underlying shape. Okay, so we can take this outside box and scale it kind of however we want. Now, to access the actual subdivision surface, go to Standard, right-click and choose Standard. And now you're actually working on the surface. Well, what makes this so great? Well, let me show you. If I select Edge, see how it selects these outside edges? This is level 0. So notice that's level 0. Watch what happens when I come over here and I choose Finer. Now we go down to level 1. And you can see how I'm selecting one more level down, much more finer. Okay? If I need more edges, I can right-click and choose Refine. And now if you look, I've added new edges just in the area that I need. Back here, it's still the same. So it's really, really useful when working in sub-Ds to start off with a rough shape and then add the shapes as you need. So I'm going to undo this a few steps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a windshield using sub-Ds for our spaceship. So let's kind of line this up here. And I'm going to just scale it in about the size that we need. And then what I'm going to do to make it easier to work with, I'm going to actually just move it up and out of the way. Okay. So let's actually make this look more like a windshield. I'm going to go to Polygons, okay, which comes to this view. And I'm going to go to Faces, right-click, choose Face. Now, I can actually throw these faces away. Watch what happens. Isn't that cool? So I'll throw this one away. And I'll actually select this edge right there and move it in. And I'll actually select these CVs right here, this one and this one, and move it in. Something like so. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now I want it to come out in the front. So what I'll do is I'll choose Edge, and then I'll go to Standard, choose Edge so I can see the edges. And now I'm going to go Finer. Okay, great. Now I can have access to these guys. So I'll move those out a little bit. And I can grab a CV, that number 1, and move it back. Okay, great. Move this one back a little bit. And if I want to, I can take these 3 and move them up just to kind of get a lip. And one of the things that I really, really like about sub-Ds is that you can select an edge. So I'll select these edges right there. And see how smooth it is? Say we want to crease that. We can go up here to Subdivision Surfaces and choose Full or Partial Crease. I'll choose a full crease. So you can see what we have here. A nice smooth object. It's very easy to model. And let's get this scaled and placed into the shape that we want it in. So from now, I'm just using just the simple transform and translate tools. So let's kind of get this lined up. Great, looking good. And I'm just going to leave that as a sub D object.